Keith Plunkett, who was on the club show on Monday, says, random question, favourite genre of bread? Are you a plain sliced pan fan, cosmopolitan baguette lover, a sourdough acolyte? The choices are endless. Andy, what's your bread game like?
Yeah, I do like a bit of Notions bread.
Yeah, you are a bit Notions, aren't you?
Yeah. I do like a bit of Notions bread. Yeah. You know, when you go into
would you wander into like these places and go, oh, look at the bread in here, and take a while to think about it?
Like, I'd be bought over by a kind of a crusty white bread thing that they have to cut the slices off.
Yeah, it's just a crusty loaf, Andy.
Yeah.
Can I have one of them crusty bread yolks over there? The loaf? They
have to get a big huge knife off and cut big massive chunks of slices off the actual thing, and it's warm and all day. Yeah. There's meant to be an unbelievable deli down in Crumlin.
Yeah.
Sun Drive.
Right.
Do you know Matt the Rasher?
Jer's Deli, is it?
Across from Matt the Rasher.
Right.
It's not called Jer's Deli.
Oh, you're Crumlin, you said. I was thinking Ballyfermot, sorry.
No.
And people listen to this that don't live in Dublin are wondering what's going on now, but go on.
Across from Matt the Rasher. Matt the Rasher is very famous for its fry-ups.
Yeah.
But across the roads, down at Sun Drive, just right at Sun Drive Shopping Centre, there's a Notional Deli across the way there. So
Notion's Deli.
Yeah, I'd recommend anyone to go in there and get a portion of their crusty bap sandwich things. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. You've really thought this through, Andy. Like, I'd love to see you ordering bread after this conversation. Razor says Brennan's batch. I'm with him on that. Batch bread is just outstanding.
Just standard everything. Brennan's are, Brennan's batch.
Batch bread, yeah.
Yeah. I have batch in the house at the moment, in the pantry there for the first time in a long time. I have skinheads on a raft today.
Yeah. So, Jesus Christ. So the pantry, you have batch in the pantry. Big pantry update, by the way. Thanks for that.
What? Do you know one thing about batch bread, and it doesn't happen to any other bread?
Yeah, go on.
What is it about batch that doesn't go stale? It goes fucking hairy blue.
I've never let batch last that long to go hairy blue. The one thing I would say about it is when you stick it in a toaster, most bread will come out, toasted, and then you put a bit of butter on it and it's brand new. Batch comes out and you can put whatever you want in it, molten lava, and this thing will stay hard. It's one of those. Dylan O'Rourke says it depends on
your setting on your toaster though.
Yeah, I know, Andy. Like, you turn it up to make it more brown, you turn it down to make it less brown.
So what are you saying about molten lava putting on it? If you put it like the way I like
No, it's nothing to do. It's nothing to do with how brown this batch is. No matter what you do, it comes out, and when you put butter on it just stays rock hard.
So kind of rock hard?
Yeah.
Do you mean it just like holds butter and jam or whatever?
You could stick this fucking thing in Bramley Dock and you could play football on it in the water.
Yeah.
You know
I used to work on Brennan's, actually. Do you know that? And I did the batch thing.
Don't tell me something disgusting about the batch now that turns everyone off. James Kelly says, will you just give over? It's 11 o'clock and you have them starving. Razor says, pantry, fuck off. Centurion says, Shack or Oxford Bournemouth. We'll get to that in a minute because we're having bread discussions. But come on.
No, I worked there, yeah.
Yeah. And was it good night? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was probably the hardest job I ever had.
Was it? What were you doing though? Were you like storing the dough or doing something like that?
The batch was two lads, right?
Yeah.
That the dough came out with a conveyor belt. You had to just kind of press it down with your hand, like, what do they call it? Don't know, needle or something.
Needle in the dough?
Yeah. And then you fucked it into in between like this kind of long plank of wood, and then you lifted up the plank of wood, put it back down, and put the next row in, and then off they went down into the machine.
Right.
That was good. Like, used to work there with a few decent lads, but the poxiest job on Brennan's was the tins. They used to call it the tins.
Yeah, I can't believe you've gone into this book of one.
But that was when the bread came down to the very end of its life cycle of
Production life cycle.
And you'd have to take the bread came out of the tins, and you'd have to take the hot tins off the conveyor belt and put it on these kind of racks to go back up to the top to put more dough in again. And they were roasting. I know you talk about bagels being the hottest thing.
Bagels are the fucking hottest thing I've ever touched.
Those tins were the hottest thing ever. They were like the sun.
Are you surprised though that they don't make eggs? Like, say for argument's sake, you like Cadbury's, right? So, say for argument's sake, the whole nut bar by Cadbury's, just for argument's sake, right?
Yeah.
Are you not surprised that they don't do eggs like they are now, but the inside of them is actually what the bar is? So, like, just a massive fucking round egg-shaped lump of chocolate with loads of hazelnuts in the middle. Would you? Do
you mean like solid or actually just
solid? No, not just a load of fucking, hazelnuts rattling around in an egg. Not that stupid, Andy.
Do you mean the shell of the egg is actually just full of hazelnuts?
I mean when you get the egg, it weighs like a bag of sugar, and it's just like for argument's sake, say like a crunchy. So the egg is the chocolate egg, but when you go to break open the egg, the inside is the inside of a crunchy.
They're never going to do that.
Why, Andy?
Because it'd be too heavy.
For what?
It could be dangerous.
Yeah, but like, anything could be dangerous. And I could fucking, a brick is dangerous, but you don't stop producing them.
Right, so say, right, hypothetically, it's around Easter time and you're heading into a football ground, you have a rucksack and you have an Easter egg inside for the kids, right?
Yeah, okay.
And your man
you wouldn't be allowed in with that anyway.
What's that, an Easter egg? And you go, just an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Right, game ball, no problem. Head in there, right?
Yeah.
And then the player's taking a corner and someone takes...
lamps an Easter egg at him.
A whole nut. Easter egg, solid out of the bag, right? And bounces it off some fucking player's head taking the corner.
Yeah.
You're not thinking straight here.
But hold on, Andy. Like, the last thing I'm thinking about when I'm making and producing an Easter egg in the Cadbury's factory is this going to lead to football ultras lamping stuff at players? Like, it's not going to happen.
That's the difference between me and you.
Well, it obviously is the difference because you're clearly deluded. You can't. No, hold on. You can't. In most football grounds now, you can't access. You can't access the area where you can see the pitch with a bottle with a top on it.
You can't.
No, you can't. And you can't
because
in a lot of grounds. How do you reckon you're going to get through an Easter egg?
Okay, right. So what'll happen is this is how it works, right?
Yeah. Sorry, just for anybody watching or listening or whatever else, the football is finished now. If you're working for football talk, it's absolutely gone by the wayside. Liverpool have beaten Everton by 5-2. They're 8 points clear in the Premier League. And me and Andy are on to way more important stuff, like should completely solid Easter eggs be sold?
Right.
Yeah, basically that's it.
I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you, right? The fellas doing the checks on the way in and the turnstiles, right? Tourists are allowed to bring bags in. They just get them checked, okay? They're going to see an Easter egg and they're not going to suspect anything.
Yeah.
Right, so, okay, the first player that gets a solid home Easter egg smashes fucking across the skull taking a corner. It's going to stop after that. But someone would get badly injured. Yeah. Right? And when big companies like Cadbury's are looking at new products, they do a risk analysis.
So what you're saying is if I'm right in what I'm thinking, if Cadbury's were to do this, you reckon by doing this they're endangering lives and football careers?
Yeah. So don't think for a second that somebody on the fucking production floor hasn't thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they went... the way like they give the guys on the floor like little suggestion fucking leaflets and they fill out the form. They think, this is great. This will get me a promotion now. Like I'm the first one that's ever thought of a solid fucking nutty egg, right? Goes upstairs. The important people upstairs go, that's not going to work. And they go, why? Because we've done a risk analysis on that. Someone's going to get clobbered with a fucking solid Easter egg across the head. They're going to get a fractured skull, and we're going to be liable, and we're going to have to pay out millions.
You can't be liable for selling a fucking egg to someone, Andy. That's like hold on a minute. That's like, right, say for argument's sake,
You've no understanding that. Look, this shit goes to court. That's never happened before. Someone's taking the fall.
Yeah, I know, but say for argument's sake, you're sitting in your sitting room, right? Or anyone sitting in their sitting room, and a brick comes through the window, right?
Yeah.
And it hits you on the leg, and you have a big gash in your leg, and you have to get your leg amputated because something happens, right? You can't realistically take that brick, go down to the builders providers and go, I want to know who made this brick because I'm going to sue them.
That's different because the brick is untraceable, Gav.
No, well, you see, they shouldn't be. They should be stamped. You should know where. You should know what region of the world your brick is coming from. Because I can tell you now, if they sold bricks,
use a chocolate egg as example.
Yeah, but you take Facebook, Andy, right?
Right.
People go into people on Facebook, right? Go into the likes of Tesco, and they go down to the aisle with the lettuce in it. And you look at the lettuce and you go, look at this. This is fucking disgusting by Tesco. This lettuce was made in Israel. I'm never shopping here again. So they can find out anything.
You're going off topic now.
No, I'm not going off topic. What I'm saying is, you're saying a brick is untraceable. It shouldn't be untraceable, Andy. You should know where your produce comes from. It should have board B printed on the side of it if it's Irish. You know what I mean?
What'll happen is, right, so take the brick coming through the window example, except it's chocolate egg. Yeah. And it's got nuts in it and it's solid as fuck, right? And it comes through your window and it smashes you straight in the skull, right? And you run out the gaff, someone runs out of the house and goes, what the fuck is going on? And they catch a fella who's ever thrown the chocolate egg through the window, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna take some sort of action, right? Someone split open. You're bringing someone to court. You're not going to bring the young fella to court or the young fella's parents to court who's threw the chocolate egg through the window. You're going to go for the higher.
Yeah.
The higher body in this, who has the largest payout.
Yeah.
That's Cadbury's.
Right.
That's why Cadbury's have people at the top in their fucking fifth floor who look at these suggestion slips and say, no, a solid chocolate egg isn't going to work. It's going to leave our arse out the window and there's going to be litigation down the line. So look, it's a lot safer if we just keep our eggs hollow. Nobody gets injured. People still buy shitloads of it, and we're laughing. When was the last time you ordered a skip?
I tell you, the last time I ordered a skip, I didn't order. I was actually helping my mother and father-in-law move house about 6 weeks ago, and they ordered a skip. Well, why are you asking?
No, the whole level sides thing.
Yeah, some of them can be really strict on that, and some of them can't. Have you ever ordered a skip and went completely over the top and just went, we get away with it?
Years ago. The skip in the 80s was fucking, you build it up to like bite your gaff.
Yeah. And just tell you, man, just throw the net over that and fuck off.
Yeah. Oh no, your man would come across and you go, Jesus, what are you fucking doing here? Look, we can't get that in the ruddy. And then you throw 20 all pounds.
Yeah.
And you go, I can get it onto the ruddy now, and off you go.
Yeah,
it'd be scraping off the power lines going down the road.
Yeah.
And he somehow managed to get it into the fucking yard, and like that'd be it. But nowadays you get a skip and it goes a millimetre over the side edge. And your man's like, what are you doing?
No, they don't all sound like that. But the one thing I will say to anyone that orders a skip, here's a bit of advice for you. Always get the longest pieces of wood you have, build around the edge. The thing with the skips is they don't want it going up over the level where it can shift off it. If you can get it nicely built and it's safe inside the boundaries of whatever you've built it up with, they will happily take that skip. That's where I'm going with that. And I've spoken to a fella that owns a skip company before you fucking start.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I think it's a money maker. I think, they'll tell you to dismantle the fucking thing.
Will I tell you the best skip I ever seen, Andy?
Go on.
Right, so people might know we built a studio, right, that we use every week. And there was a lot of work involved in it. But we ordered a skip, and it was one Saturday. I don't know, you might have been there, Andy, but we finished.
I was there for all the skips.
We finished with the skip, and I always remember I said to the lads, right, I'm out of here and going. And I walked out, and I swear to God, the skip was about 8 feet over the top of it, right? But somebody, instead of breaking down the lengths of wood, there was 2 lengths of wood, and they were literally the full width of the studio. So they were probably about 18 foot wide. They were just massive lengths of wood, and somebody just sat them on the top of the skip. So when your man arrived, the skip was in the garden, and the one bit of wood was actually blocking the traffic coming down the road. And your man was like, I can't take that. And Steve-O went and took a fucking swivel chair off the top of the skip and said, is that all right now? That's the worst skip I've ever seen. So there we go. Skips. What do you make of skips? The crisps, like? Are you into them?
Skip crisps, yeah. Do you know what's mad about them? Yeah. Generally, they're prawn cocktail flavour.
Yeah.
They're actually not.
Go on.
No, it says prawn cocktail, but it's like just tomato flavouring in it.
You're joking?
There's no prawns whatsoever in them.
Right.
It's tomato flavour. And what happened was they were designing kind of crisps for tomato flavour. And then someone goes, they fucking taste like prawns.
Yeah.
And they goes, right, well, sure, we'll just say it's prawns. And that's what happened.
So it's not prawn cocktail flavour at all?
No, it's like tomato-y powder shit. And it somehow, like, just by pure coincidence, it tasted like prawn.
Do you do dry January?
Just midweek, yeah.
Just midweek? So you don't? The answer is no.
No, I do. Like, I'll be dry for January except for the weekends.
And on the weekends then you have a few beers?
Or a bottle of wine or so.
Right, so it's not dry January?
It is.
It's not?
How isn't it?
Because the weekends are in January.
No, but over Christmas, there was a stupid amount of drank.
Yeah.
And that was very wet.
Yeah.
Every opportunity possible. But in January, it's kind of back to normal.
Okay.
Just no school night drinking. And yeah.
So it's damp January?
Yeah. That's probably better.
Right. So let's get to the point. It's not dry January.
Do you want me to do dry January?
No, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm you can't tell me.
Stop telling me what I.
No, I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. You just can't tell me I'm doing dry January.
Stop telling me what I can call dry January.
Let's break it down to 7 days in the week, right? So each day makes up about 14% of the week. So you're doing so 70% of the week you are dry. It's a 70% dry January.
No, because I work a few nights at the weekend as well, so that cuts out a couple of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moist January, Key Plunkett's calling it. I think that's a good name.
What's it called?
Moist January.
Yeah, I'll go with that. But okay, I mean, if I want to call it dry, I'm entitled to do so. I don't think anybody, whether it's yourself or anyone in the chat there, can tell me what I want. I'm going to call it dry January if I want to.
Okay, well, you're lying to yourself, but that's fair enough. Barry said he's planning a wedding. Would you have any tips from? I know you were married, aren't you?
Yeah.
Did you plan your own wedding?
I did actually. I planned the whole thing.
Just on your own?
No,
she had no
on an app.
On an app?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, there's an app for this stuff, is there?
This is actually before apps. It was just like a
beta app.
What would you call it? It was on a website.
Yeah.
There was features on a website. It could be an app now. I'd say your man has an app now. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
But it was a step-by-step process.
Yeah. Did you go to any wedding shows, like, where you can go to these places at hotels and do all their wedding shows and stuff like that?
No, I left that to the boss.
Yeah. Barry Carr says wedding cars, yay or nay? We
just used the cars we rented over in Italy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we just used our own cars.
No.
I thought you were going to say that. I just visioned some, like, you turning up in a Skoda Octavia and her Fiesta is grand, like, or something like that. But Barry reckons he's probably going to get a caterer. Well, you'll need something because you'll need to feed them. But hotels usually do all that stuff. Yeah. Wedding cars.
Is Barry getting married in Ireland?
But Barry's from Donegal, so I don't know where. I know his wife's to be name is Melissa, if I remember rightly from last week, and I don't know where she's from. So we'll have to find out off Barry whether it's in Ireland or it's in wherever they want to go. He wants a Quattroporte. That's the car he wants, which is Quattroporte is made by Maserati, isn't it? She wants Range Rovers. She's watching too much Charchester United.
Why can't she get a Range Rover and he get a Quattroporte?
That's, yeah. Listen, you can go half-o. Listen, I was listening to, they're doing it in Ireland in Donegal.
Yeah, you should be able to rent continental quilts. Actually, why are they called continental quilts when you can't even get them when you're on the continent?
Well, it might, they haven't specified which continent.
Yeah.
You know, what continent were you on?
Well, when we were growing up, like the continent was always like out to Spain or
England.
Yeah. So that to me was always being a little bit of irony.
Yeah, I must look that up. Continental sheets. If anybody knows continental sheets, what the story is with them and why they call continental sheets, and Andy can't get them when he goes to Spain. Andy goes, as we know, to Porta del Carmen in Lanzarote on holiday. And
no, I did. I won't be going back.
All right, why?
Full of north side.
Who was your favourite person in the A-team?
I used to think I was gas when I first got a mobile phone. I had the A-team as my voice message.
Yeah, one of those. Is that when you got from the paper and you had to send 18 texts?
Yeah, no, like I think you had to get your tape deck out and sit there and record it beside the phone. Like we must have thought we were mad cunts back then.
Hold on, you take out a tape deck, record it beside the phone.
Yeah, for your voice message, not for your ringtone.
Your voice message.
Yeah.
All right, so it goes.
Hell yeah.
Record message
sorry,
now.
I missed your call, but if you have a problem and no one else can help you, you can call the A-team and then play the A-team and then think you're gas.
Do you remember the ones though where you could get the ringtones and you had to get in? It was in the newspaper. And you had to send a text to this number, and in order to get it, they would send you like you'd have to send 3 texts, and they'd send 3 back, and you were getting charged for the ones getting sent back to you. And it cost you about 20 quid for a ringtone. It was probably like fucking Crazy Frog or fucking something like that. Do you remember them ones? Yeah,
the best money I ever spent on phone stuff was when there was a website called Daily Texts. Do you ever remember that?
No.
Right. So, do you ever get a text message from a company and you don't have their number on your phone? You just get like, it'll say whatever, Evoca. Mm-hmm. That's what it'll say. It'll come in as Evoca. So it was like people could just access this website, paid to do that.
Right.
And you could write in any name you wanted. Like you could put in a name in someone's phone, or else you could type in the phone number that you wanted to come from. And then of course your phone is going to read that phone number. And if it's in your phone book, it will. So we used to top up with a lot of them texts and spend days sending them around to people.
Yeah.
And like,
wasn't there one as well where you sent off and they sent you back a message, but it was like it's just a list of buttons you had to press in order to record your own, like 1124684, and you just kept going and it recorded, and then at the end you played it and it came out as the ringtone. I think that was
that was actually remember that?
Do you remember that?
You could do that on those old Siemens phones, small phones, and you actually recorded the ringtone yourself by typing in the music and the tempo and all.
Could you imagine doing that on your phone now, pressing all them buttons? Like the FBI would be down you like a light, you would.
Someone was telling me about they got a message back, like if they sent out their invitation, said like send back if you have any dietary requirements.
Yeah.
And someone sent back that they're pescatarian, so they only eat fish. And one thought like it said a Presbyterian. I didn't know what to do about
it. Well, like she'd be offended at the Catholic kind of.
So she thought that there would have to be like Protestants included in the ceremony.
Yeah. What did he ask Ian Paisley to do a ceremony just to even it out? I have a couple of questions. How do you stand on the cameras on the table?
Oh, like those disposable cameras?
Yeah, the way people leave.
Yeah, that's tenement.
Tenement.
Yeah,
that bad, yeah.
Yeah, that is the absolute the height of tenemancy.
Right. So, we can safely say you're not a fan.
For your what do they call them? Your not gifts. What do they call it when you have your little thing on the table? There's a name for it. Someone comment.
Your little gifts. Yeah, it's just a wedding gift, is it?
No, little gifts on the table.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought your wedding gift.
Word for it.
I don't know.
Anyway, like people put little gifts on the table.
Yeah,
little.
Yeah. Wedding favours, is it?
Favours.
Yeah.
The most notional thing you can do is some sort of donation to charity.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks you are the fucking chap here.
Yeah.
Now, you've donated to charity for every single person, so do that.
Yeah.
And then, no cameras. Oh, yeah, do you know we always get an asshole at the table who wants to take over the...
how long the speeches will be?
Speech, how long it'll be, like...
Yeah, whips out an A4 pad and a felt tip pen.
It's normally some loudmouth board that you've never met in your life.
Yeah.
So, maybe
and you and your board have to pretend that your woman's really nice.
Yeah. And like she's absolutely shouting her head off about the length of speeches and what you have to do and passing the glass around. And then like if sometimes if they say a certain word, it moves on. And then if you miss the word and you didn't pass the glass, it starts shouting at you and all. Yeah. So maybe a little note on the table to say that nobody's to do that. Yeah.
Do you not like the whole guess the length of the speeches? No.
I'd run with that, all right, but just no one being like...
No one taking over the captaincy of it.
No, don't be aggressive about it.
Yeah. Okay. And if someone was aggressive, would you tell them, like, you're very aggressive? Would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't be long about telling them.
Yeah. Very aggressive you are.
They're very aggressive. This is far too aggressive for a wedding table.
And come here, the last thing on the weddings, the way the DJ gives it loads and all, and plays all the tunes, like, is there any songs that are constantly played at weddings that you wished would just go away? New York,
come on, Eileen, and all that.
New York, rock the boat.
No, come on, Eileen, or rock the boat, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. None of those, like, granddad DJs, like, standing up there thinking they're the chap, like, with floor fillers. None of that.
What about Maniac 2000, Andy?
Yeah, late when all the grannies are gone.
Yeah, okay.
And bang on a few, dance tunes.
Few house classics, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. Well, I think, listen, this started off as me and Andy talking about bed sheets, I think. We went on to football for a little bit, but not too much. And then it just... we just organised Barry's wedding then, for him and Melissa. National anthem at the end of a party, Andy. What's your feeling?
Oh my God, no. No, I don't think Barry's probably not going to be able to avoid that being in Donegal.
Yeah.
But no, that's a complete and utter no. I hate when you're in a pub or anywhere and the national anthem comes on and it's a fast version of it and all, and you have to stand there with your hands behind your back and all. And like if brings out the fellas who think they're in the raw. So no.
Okay, no worries.
On the bedding thing, it just made me think of something. You know that song, Use Sunscreen?
Yes.
Yeah. I have another verse for that. Not a verse. I'm not going to sing it or that.
Mm-hmm.
But it would involve spending whatever you can afford on your bedding, on your mattress.
Yeah.
And doing the same with your footwear. You need your back and you need your feet.
You need your back.
Yeah, and you need your feet. So whatever you can afford, go around and, pennies fucking tracksuit legs or whatever. But buy good footwear.
Like Skechers.
Yeah. Skechers, Echo, anything kind of, in the €200 to €300 bracket.
Yeah.
For your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And for your mattress, anything kind of north of $2,000.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure people listening now are thinking, the relieving officer is definitely going to give me all that money.
No, but cut corners when it comes to, your jocks and socks. Like, you don't really need to spend. You don't need Calvin Klein jocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get jocks that will do you in pennies.
Okay.
But spend the big dollars on your mattress and your shoes and a good leather jacket.
Oh, yeah. And listen, and give it a name.
Yeah, a good leather jacket will last you best part of a decade.
Yeah, okay. Because you love leather jackets.
Yeah.
And you give them names.
So €500 or €600 in your leather jacket.
So basically what you're saying is if you have $3,000, buy yourself a mattress, a pair of runners, and a leather jacket, and you live forever.
That's what I did the last time I had $3,000.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
It actually is. Yeah.
All right, okay. So look, one for the kids there. Great life advice from Andy. get yourself $3,000. Literally wear whatever you want on your legs and your upper body, but just buy yourself some good runners, a mattress and a leather jacket.
If you have access to a credit union, you know.
Yeah, could you imagine going down to the credit union, right? And they say to you, what's the loan for? And you go, how much? And you go, $3,000, and they're waiting for you to say a new bathroom or a little bit of improvement to the fucking front of the house or something. You go, what's it for? A mattress, a pair of runners, and a leather jacket. Andy, I'd love the video you going into a credit union and trying that.
But you know what the great thing is, like,
yeah.
You could get that loan over 10 years because the mattress is going to last you 10 years.
The leather jacket's going to last you 10 years.
Your leather jacket's going to last you 10 years. Okay.
The runners.
What you could do is get a good pair of shoes.
No, hold on. If you get the £200 or £300 runners, that'll last you a good year if you're a good walker.
Yeah.
What you could do is, when you get down to the credit union to pay off your loan every week,
top up.
You can put a few quid in your savings, can't you? In your shares.
No, what you could do is you could get a little top-up loan to maintain your good footwear every year.
Yeah.
You still have it paid off after 10 years. You just pay a little bit extra.
Yeah. Dylan reckons you look like someone that has an audition for Grease the Musical. Oh my God, this is so good. 84 minutes we're on now. What?
If you're, say you only had like £100 in your credit union, you were looking for $3,000, and they said to you, "Oh, I'm not too sure. Like that's going to have to go in front of the committee, and they don't meet till Tuesday."
And you have to go down.
Then they just needed additional information and wanted you to come down and talk. Yeah. I think if you followed that up, look, I have an audition for Grease the Musical.
If you won, you know the way the credit union do the draw for the cars.
Yeah.
If you won the car, and they're usually worth about $15,000 the cars, they're like a little Hyundai i10 or 20 or something like that, right? Would you genuinely just say to them, listen, I'm cashing that in because that sorts me for life with runners, jackets and mattresses?
Yeah. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, when you hear of people winning lifetime supplies of ketchup and all, like just stupid prizes like that. Yeah, if I could choose a fucking lifetime supply, it would definitely be mattresses and leather jackets and shoes. Yeah.
All right.
Think about it.
No, listen. I haven't got enough time to go over this and process this. It's just brilliant that you're telling people to spend $3,000 on runners, leather jackets, and mattresses. Okay, what are you eating, Andy?
An orange. I'm having withdrawals. When I'm doing.
Is it an orange just out of the shop, or is it an orange out of one of these fancy shops you go to?
A Vogue.
It is a Vogue orange, is it?
Yeah, it's real juicy.
Right. Is there more juice in it? Is there a juice like spectrum that's on oranges, and this will be in the top echelons of this spectrum?
You kind of know by the skin. Do you ever get that?
No, it's just an orange.
Yeah. No.
All right, tell me, go on.
No, it's smooth skin oranges.
Right, and are they easy to peel? Because I can't stand an orange that fucking just won't peel.
No, I normally just kind of go around the edges with a knife, like in 4 quadrants, and then just peel it off in quarters.
Oh, you cut up the orange?
No, I don't cut it. I just cut the skin.
Oh.
Yeah, right. And then peel it off. Like,
is there a special tool for that, or is it just a straightforward?
No, it's just a knife, just with experience.
All right.
Yeah.
Knife and a bit of experience.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Right. Yeah. You're making this sound like you went on a course. But fair enough. And is it a serrated knife? Obviously, it must be to cut through that skin, even though it's soft.
No, very sharp knife here. I got in IKEA.
Right. Okay, cool.
That's not serrated. It's a little one, you'd peel the spuds around that.
Right. The little 1.5 inch jobby.
Maybe a bit longer than 1.5 inch.
Would it? Okay. Well, look, at least we know now that you're eating oranges, how you've eaten them, how you've prepared them and stuff like that. So,
probably about 3.5 inches.
Okay, no worries. Tell them what you got during the week.
The ring?
Yeah, tell them what you got.
The Ring doorbell. Everyone has a Ring doorbell.
Yeah, but tell them what else you done. You installed the Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
And then just to brag about having a Ring doorbell, you decided to tweet Ring on Twitter and say, I have it connected, lads, and it's not charging right. No. I've just emailed them, no?
No, excuse me, right?
Yeah.
I was extremely frustrated yesterday because it got the better of me.
Yeah.
and it's only wearing a bell.
Yeah.
I was an electrician in a previous life, and I wore the bell, and couldn't figure out what the fuck the problem was. All the obvious checks, went online, and there seemed to be loads of people with the same problem with no solutions. So I got annoyed, and actually, do you know what I did? I went onto Twitter to see if was anyone having the same problems, and then I seen how responsive their Twitter account was. And I says, I'll talk, Andy. In fairness to them, they were back with me in minutes.
And what was the problem?
And we had, well, when you work, you can use the battery, and you have to take it off the bracket every a few days or a week. You can
wire it to the mains,
and you charge it inside the house,
yeah.
Or else you can put it into the transformer from your existing bell.
Yeah, so it's just low voltage, so it has to be transformed.
It's supposed to work between 8 volts AC and 24 volts AC, and my trafo had 10 volts, and it wasn't charging. Right. And then it started charging during the night, and I couldn't fucking figure out why it was charging during the night. And then today it wasn't.
Right, is it all fixed now?
Yeah, the problem is 90% resolved.
Okay. All right.
I know what I'm going to do tomorrow if it's not sorted.
Okay. We'll ask for updates on that and the next time you're on. And just one last question on it. How many times have you sent your wife or child out to the front door to ring the bell while you sit in the back room on your app and see if you can see them at the front door?
Well, my little fella kept wanting to do that. That wasn't me.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can have a great crack with it. You can set it off.
Great crack with
it. You can set it off even without going out and pressing it.
How?
Because the app does everything.
Oh, the app rings your own doorbell?
It's a wonderful piece of equipment.
Okay.
Sound like Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah. It's a wonderful technician.
Oh yeah, I remember tweeting Bubba Watson because he loves Jesus too.
Yeah.
And I asked him.
You tweeted Bubba Watson the golfer.
Yeah.
What did you ask him?
I asked him, would does loving Jesus make you a better golfer? Because at this stage I was probably playing off about 21.
Yeah.
And I tried
about 11 cans on you.
And I tried everything else, and I was thinking, fuck it, like, why not? Yeah. It seems to work for him. He was playing balls out of in the Masters. He played a ball out of the trees, and it did a shape that only Jesus could have gotten to do. Do you know what I mean? So I tweeted him anyway. And
hold on, just before you go on.
Yeah.
You reckon that Bubba Watson playing at the Masters, did he win this Masters?
Yeah, that was the Masters where he played the ball.
Yeah, should the Masters be taken off him because he had outside interference from Jesus? Juventus were match fixing. Juventus were match fixing, had them titles taken off them. Surely Bubba Watson should have to give back his green jacket.
I think it's all about proving it.
Well, you said you just made a statement that only Jesus could have made this ball shaped like this.
Yeah, but how do you actually go about proving it?
Right, so you're lying to us.
Why?
Because you're saying it was Jesus.
I'm saying only it could. Like in my opinion, it was a shape that I've never seen any other player do.
Okay, all right. And
it was kind of like it was like Suarez's volley against Arsenal. It was like there was a higher force involved there.
Yeah.
And I think if that ball had flown into the net, probably the world might have ended, because I think everything would have just went into the goal after that ball.
Yeah.
Like it sucked in, like a vacuum.
Okay.
So that's the kind of forces that were at play there. So I tweeted fucking Bubba anyway, and I just asked him, does following Jesus or does loving Jesus make you a better player? And he said, no, but it'll make you a better person.
Oh.
And I thought about it for a while.
And then you said, fuck off, Bubba.
I just moved on.
I have a really good question here for you. Chris Brack says, if you could do away with one fast food chain because their food is appalling, which one would it be?
Oh, is that question come from Ireland or?
No, he's in England.
He's in England, so they won't know what abracadabra is.
No, they won't know what Abracadabra is. But Abracadabra is a fast food chain that does kebabs, it does chicken baguettes, and it does burgers and stuff like that. You're not a fan.
Do you know what I'm going to? I'm going to like give a generic answer. Chinese restaurants.
Chinese food.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Andy.
I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Will you stop, Andy? What? Andy, Chinese food is disgusting.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's just I do know what it's like in England. I've had a Chinese in England loads of times, and it's the same. It's shite. They buy shit fucking chicken, and they fill it up with water, and they buy rotten veg, and everything's just as cheap as fucking possible. And then they dress it up in a curry that's full of MSG and salt and shit.
Oh no, you can request no MSG in your Chinese takeaway now.
Yeah, but there's all sorts in it. Fucking you name it, and it's put on a plate, and it's all, if you want it, right, this is what
Dylan's having a breakdown. He said that's out of order. Chris Brack said it's outrageous, Andy. He should be banned from the podcast.
I remember being in a fairly decent Chinese restaurant, and not one of the best ones in all around, but certainly a decent one. When you'd walk in and go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is good. And somebody ordered chicken with black bean, and they came out with beef and black bean for them. And he went, oh, sorry. And do you know, when Homer's dad came into the strippers and he seen Homer, and he was like a revolving door. That was like your mom went back into the kitchen and came out the other side with basically his proper,
maybe somebody else ordered chicken and he ordered beef, and they just got them mixed up.
No, didn't. They just went in and scooped it out of a big huge pot that was sitting there. And so that's the way it all is. It's cheap, piled high, fucking fast food, sitting there all day. Most Chinese is like Chinese takeaways. You can see that they serve the food out a hatch, and if you ever look in, you can just see it's big, huge pots full of curry sauce.
I will say that Chinese is that you don't see into the kitchen. I'm not a big fan of. I'm going to be honest with you. Chris,
how many Chinese have ever been and they can see right into the kitchen?
Oh, quite a few. Quite a few.
They're awful. Most of the Chinese takeaways that you find yourself in after a few points or whatever, they don't even leave the door open for a full second. You just see the door opens and a fucking hand comes out with a bag and the door shut in seconds.
Chris Brack says you need to stop going to cheap Chinese. Keith Plunkett says Andy has a gold card for Avoca. Chinese is not his bag. Do you find yourself down in Avoca and you must have mates down there, do you? People that you see and you're kind of become friends with them from being regular down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll just have little chats around how disgusting Chinese takeaways are. We just have that, would you be standing there with an organic avocado going, and would you look at the beauty of that and you think people out there are eating from Chinese restaurants? It's appalling. Yeah,
it is appalling.
Yeah.
No, I'd be sitting there talking up sushi.
Do you like Indian food?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay, because if Chris said if that's a no, the podcast is finished. Dylan O'Rourke just likes the steak and kidney pie.
Indians, the thing about Indians is you can find absolutely shit ones, a bit like the Chinese is but you can find some fucking real quality Indians. I'd say the percentage of nice Indians is about 50-50. And the Chinese, you're talking 99.9%.
I don't think you are, but I think you're making that up.
Here, somebody says, agreed, Andy. So this is an actual real life witness.
A real life witness.
Yeah, agreed, Andy. I worked in a Chinese, right? So he has experience.
Yeah.
And a chicken came in backpacks, left in a pot of water. Do you know what does wreck me head?
Go on.
People going around with their water bottles.
Why, Andy?
Come on.
Do you have to be hydrated, Andy?
Yeah, but don't go round with it.
What do you want them to do?
Put it in a place and go back to that place.
Like on the garden wall?
What? No.
They're out walking, they're out running.
In your locker room work or in your drawer or somewhere. Don't be going around with it thinking it's part of you.
But,
an accessory. And whoever.
You're telling me there's people just randomly walking around with bottles of water, like the water bottle?
Yeah.
You're not talking about people running and jogging and stuff.
No, people that are like,
going the bookies,
going around with a water bottle. You know the way like, and you have all these advanced water bottles now with different shapes and different mechanisms for soaping your water.
Yeah,
as if like just taking a soap out of a glass isn't fucking good enough anymore.
But hold on, like, are you like, if I gave you this scenario, do you believe it's happening? Mick comes out of his house to go down the bookies to put a bet on the race of Haydock at 2:30.
Yeah,
and he brings a water bottle with him.
Oh yeah, he just sit down like and place his water bottle
in the bookies.
Yeah, well, I don't be in the bookies. So,
but you're saying the chances are someone's going to bookies
in the workplace or in other people's workplaces, you'll see it happening all the time. And if I ever see anyone's water bottle and they turn their back, I'll either stash it or put salt into it.
Yeah, but like people, I understand people that are in work, say they're out and they're working in a warehouse and they're out there for hours walking around and stuff, and they water bottle with them. What? Leave it in your pocket?
Your locker.
Why would you leave it in your locker? You're out there for hours. You just need a drink.
No.
Hold on. If you're walking in a warehouse, say you're driving a forklift, and you start at 8, and you don't get a break till 10:30, so 2.5 hours. During that time, you might get thirsty. Are you suggesting to me then
that's different? That's different because it's kind of practical and functional. But
right.
Do you not know the type I'm talking about who goes around with a fucking bottle of water? Like,
but where are they, Andy?
Bottle of water. What?
Where are they?
Everywhere.
But where?
Colleges. The workplace.
Oh, so you're talking about a fella that is going to college and gets on a bus with his water bottle?
Yeah, well, if you're going to college, you have a bag, obviously. And you should just keep it in your bag instead of walking around with a water bottle in your hand.
Right, so what you're saying...
am I the only one who notices people going around with water in their hand these days?
Hold on. Dylan says a fella in his job has a plastic bottle. This is bullshit. And it's 8 litres. Who drinks 8 litres of water in one sitting? Hold on, Dylan. What do you walk at?
It's shaped like those fucking ones you used to stick upside down on a water dispenser in an office. Yeah.
8 litres. Could you imagine that? Imagine going in with a strap in your back. Do you remember the Rocket Man that used to be at the football matches? You could get coffee off him. 8 litres of water. That's not real.
Wanker. That you were dealing with.
Yeah, but look, I get people that are going to the gym, or going for a jog, or out for a strenuous walk.
Yeah, that's totally different. I get that. Totally different. A water bottle has a place. If you have a very physical job, like say you're a brickie or a roofer or something, and it's going to be hassle to come down, grand, put it beside you, or you're out running, or you're training in the gym, or you're doing whatever. Yeah, you need a bottle of water, but a bottle of water should not be an accessory for walking around.
But this is what I'm trying to establish with you. If I said to you, Andy, tomorrow, you and me are going to start working a warehouse tomorrow, and we're going to be forklift drivers, and I brought a bottle of water with me out and put it on my forklift, would you look at me and go, what a prick?
No, I would, but what I'd do is I'd hide your bottle of water.
But why, Andy? Because in that case, Andy, what you're saying now is, right? What you're saying now is that you feel it'd be okay for me to go, oh, I'm thirsty. Get off the forklift, walk back through to the area where the lockers are, take a sip of water and come back to me.
Drive your forklift to the nearest water dispenser.
But maybe there's not a water dispenser in a warehouse.
There would be.
Not in the warehouse, there wouldn't. No.
Your employer has to provide you with refreshments.
Not in the water. Not in the warehouse itself.
They will be.
No. You can't have water dispensers in warehouses, Andy. You can have them in canteens that are within the confines of the warehouse, but you can't have water dispensers in warehouses.
Ring a 24-hour warehouse that you know of the moment.
You ring one now. Ring DHL now and ask them.
I won't be.
Ring DHL. They're open 24 hours.
And ask, is there a
water dispenser out on the warehouse floor?
Would you get speaking to someone in the warehouse?
I'd say you would, but I can tell you something now. There's no way you have a water dispenser on the warehouse floor. It's a health and safety issue.
There will be. I'm telling you. It's a health and safety issue.
Warehouses are full of dust. Warehouses are full of dust. That's the first thing. Most of the time, the floors in warehouses are painted quite slippy under feet. If you drive a forklift, you'll know about it. You pouring water on that is not a good idea.
They'd have a barrier around it.
They would be. No. So what are you going to do? Get in behind the fucking barrier and drink it?
No, there could be a barrier that you can access from standing position.
No, it would
just not allow your fucking forklift into or whatever.
You could have a canteen that has a door going out into a warehouse with it in the confines of that canteen, but you can't have it out in the. You can't just have. That'd be like just running a garden hose out to the fucking thing and going, "Oh, here, I'll just take a swig off that." Right.
Let me try and describe this a bit better. Right. So, places where you previously wouldn't have found people with bottles of water. Right. So. You go back to the 80s, you'll find people in the fucking gym with a bottle of water, right? Or in whatever, going for runs and shit like that. They'll have water with them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about dickheads who've read an article and the article says you now need to drink 8 litres of water a day.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but these articles that they've read
that's Dylan's making work. He's just bringing the 8 litres with him. I'd say he gets on the bus now with that.
Your bladder won't thank you.
Yeah. You don't need 8 litres of water.
Like
do you recommend 2? 2 litres is loads.
Someone asked you, did I just invent a new accessory, a water bottle that enhances your daily outfit? Yeah.
But like 2 litres is loads. But like what I'm saying to you is, Andy, you can't be expecting, an employer isn't going to say to you, we don't like if you're employing someone, Andy, you want them out there walking. You'd rather them have a bottle of water out with them while they're walking rather than them coming back every 15 minutes to take a sup of water from a bottle that's in a locker because you don't look at them walking around with a bottle.
Yeah.
So warehouse thing, I think you're out of order.
Now, unless like your warehouse job probably involves a little bit of physical labour, then it's probably...
Well, most of them do.
Yeah. Well, then it's kind of acceptable that they would have a bottle of water.
So I think you should take the warehouse comment back. You know,
well, I'll retract the warehouse. You brought up that example. I'm talking about people say they're sitting at their office desk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. Now there's a water dispenser in the office.
And a fucking water bottle on their table in front of them.
Yeah, and they keep filling it up to the dispenser and bringing it back with them, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and every time they go over there, they and then someone goes, Jesus, like, you're drinking a lot of water. Oh, yeah, I read this article there yesterday, and it says you need to drink 8 litres of water a day. And they spend their fucking whole day either at the water dispenser or drinking water at their desk or in the jacks pissing.
Yeah. But you see, they would spend more time pissing in the jacks than the fella, like, that would come back to get his water, from the warehouse. You know what I mean? So it swings and roundabouts. But I know where you're coming from. People just using a bottle of water as an accessory.
Yeah. Just kind of sitting there and
people that take, what do you call them? Supplements. Like this whey powder and stuff.
Yeah.
Like people why do people put that in the bottle and leave the house to take it? They have to go and stand in the local shop and drink it to show people they're drinking it. Well,
this is kind of an extension of my problem because, like, a lot of the time you don't know what's in the bottle. Like, it could be their whey protein, and then like they're sopping away, and someone goes, "Drink of water," and then they go, "No. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's this new whey protein. Fucking Johnny are down the bleeding gym was saying it's Whopper." Oh yeah,
it's Whopper.
Yeah. Two scoops, man. Fucking 60 grams protein. Yeah, down the fucking hatch. Yeah, fucking look at the size of me. And then they realise that it's just powder and it just flies through you.
Yeah,
and your body was never designed to digest synthetic fucking.
I remember people went through the mad phase of like eating raw eggs. Is that gone now? Is that gone now? Is it?
Yeah.
Is that gone?
Yeah, salmonella.
Because I'd love. No, don't get me wrong. If a fella walked into a shop, took out a plastic bag, and just turned it upside down and emptied 3 or 4 like raw eggs out of it into his mouth, I'd find that amusing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, that'd be more amusing than the whey stuff. But
or the fella who just gets into the gym, like, and he's going down to the gym to drop a few weights. They can't even lift them; they're dropping them on the floor. That fucking shit. And and like they're milling the whey protein out, or they're eating 16 chicken breasts a day, like out of a lunchbox in their glove compartment.
Compartment.
Yeah. And like and I like to be all bits of broccoli. They're prep. Do you ever hear? Yeah, prep. Yeah. Oh, that's me prep for the week.
Food prep for the week.
There'll be loads of.
But like, what's the food prep, right? The trays they have, the plastic containers they have their food prep in for the week.
Yeah.
It's the exact same as the plastic containers you get out of the Chinese takeaway when you order like a chicken curry.
Oh yeah, there's that cotton wrapper.
Do you ever notice that?
Yeah. Only short coming in a brown paper bag.
Yeah, with a menu stuck to the bottom of it.
And a bag of salt and vinegar over it. Yeah. You hear fucking mad things being sold in Tesco and Sainsbury's that you wouldn't see in Tesco here or one of our...
I did see it in Aldi here. It was definitely breakfast in a can. That's what it was. I seen that in Aldi here.
That would never sell here. There's no one that fucking ridiculous. Like, no, that's disgraceful.
It's no, it's anything like that over can is like even that sausage and beans in a can, I can't stomach.
Yeah, come on. Fuck.
But blending your food, fuck that.
You'd want to be a fucking scumbag, like, to walk into Sainsbury's or Tesco and buy a couple of cans of that, and then, like, what do you do? Crack them open in the car park and start fucking...
No, what happens with them is you bring them home, and you just take them out with a can like you would beans and just heat them up.
Oh,
and then you just eat it. That's the way it is.
Some people they've no respect for themselves. Like, if on one end of the scale, you fellas going around with like their bottles of water with lemon and all sorts in it, showing off and this, and then telling you what you have to eat, like vegan food and all. Yeah. And then at the other end, you people eating like breakfast in a can.
Dylan says, "Don't eat on planes, freaks me out. Bought a 3-pack of Kinder Buenos for an 8-hour flight. 1 minute into the flight, please note a woman is allergic to peanuts, so no nut products."
Oh, wow.
Disaster. Would you not just claim ignorance and went, well, there's no nuts in that? Kinder Bueno.
And people mad on their demands. Like,
oh, yeah. Dylan O'Rourke says if he eats a Kinder Bueno, he's another 7 hours and 58 minutes to deal with a dead woman 3 rows up. Yeah, that's fair enough. Chris Brack says, get going.
She won't be dead. She'll be just suffering with
anaphylactic
a very narrow airway for the 7 hours.
For 7 hours, 58 minutes. Relax, though. We'll be there in a minute. She should have her EpiPen with her anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you can't stroll onto a plane with no EpiPen and go, I'm allergic to peanuts. Like, you know what I mean?